started, y'all. We're gonna get started in a few minutes.
Also on the beat.
What's going on? We live on Instagram. We live on Facebook. We live on YouTube. Appreciate everybody. We getting live. We live. What's going on, Facebook? What's going on, man? Once again, we back. Speak on It podcast, weekly podcast, Thursday, 7:30 p.m. Central Time, man. Tonight is gonna be a topic, man, that we already want to touch on. That we really want to touch on, man. The topic tonight we're gonna talk about is gonna be something that's all of us gonna have to deal with. Do women fully respect men that move in with them? We're gonna get into that, man, tonight, and we're gonna go through that. As soon as D Black get on and we get the rest of the panel on, we're gonna talk about it. As we coming up, man, we live on Instagram right now, and I'm gonna add a few, see what I got going on here. Try to add a few of my people on there, and we're gonna see what we can do to get live with it. So and we're gonna go ahead and make that happen, man. We're gonna get into this news first, man. Black sent me something, man, that was real interesting. Dealing with Jim Jones' girlfriend, 51 years old. Jim Jones' girlfriend was really fed up with Jim Jones. And because she wasn't waiting on him to marry her. She went off on him. And she's upset that, she got tired of waiting on Jim, the rapper, one of the members of Diplomats. There was his longtime girlfriend, and she just got tired of waiting on him. And I believe that, you court short, you marry long. That's what I believe in, is courting short, marrying long, man. And if we do that, I think we'll be okay, man. With Jim Jones and his girlfriend, man, it goes into detail. It talks about how they've been together for a couple years, and they've been together for a while. And she's really fed up that Jim Jones really just haven't moved on marrying her. I got to get the details as far as how long they've been together, because the article really don't say. I was kind of trying to look for it to see what was going on with it, but we just gonna have to keep on moving with it. As we all know, Damar Hamlin of the Buffalo Bills, he was discharged from the hospital, and that's a blessing, man, that he was discharged from the hospital, man. And we thankful that everything he did. It was a blessing, man, that he was able to, get out. He was in the hospital for about 9 days. He did a tackle in a game, last week. And when he got up from the tackle, he passed out. And what happened is that what one of the medical doctors said is that, your heart goes in a certain rhythm in the rest period. It was just at that perfect time when his heart was at a rest period. He did that tackle, man, and passed out. He's 100% as far as with his oxygen levels. And the brother is doing very well. And he got discharged out of the hospital. Like I said last week, that he had a toy drive for $2,500, man, and that thing then reached over to about $6 million. man, and for the toy drive for the children, man, in his heart is what it was. And he was rooting for the team. He was going to the meetings, via Zoom, and he was doing this thing, man. So that was a blessing that our brothers out of the hospital. Young Thug, man. You got the drama still continues with Young Thug, man. You see more and more people that are dropping out and turning on Young Thug. His sister unfriended Gunna. Gunna's not getting a warm welcome from nobody. They talking about they really don't respect Gunna for what he did, and a lot of them saying they really, they not even tripping on him with the street songs because he don't got no credibility no more. He did with that for what he did. Though he did not tell, he did not give no details. He got 5 years probation. And if they call him to testify, under those conditions, he would have to. But man, it's pretty tough to be in that position, and none of us would know, what we would do in that position if we came into a situation. We'll say that we wouldn't, I wouldn't snitch. I'm 10 toes down, but you don't know what you would do when you've never been to prison before, and you look at that 5, 10, 15 years, what you would do. So you never know what you would do for your freedom. I don't know how his relationship is, with Thugger, but right now, it's Jeffrey Williams is his real name, Young Thug, Jeffrey Williams. You had a few that turned state on him and made some deals. His brother made a deal. He got 15 years probation, and it was contingent on him testifying. So we're gonna see, what's gonna happen from there, and what we got going and moving forward, man. So it's something to think about. It's something that we're gonna move forward with, and just keep moving, man. It's just been a week, man. We in 2023. The weeks here in Texas, man, it'd be a hot and cold type of temperature in Texas, the area where I stay at. But everything is cool, man. We just looking through the world, man. Things that are happening, we really have to, look out for each other, man, because the way the world is going now, people are dying, people are losing their lives because of the things that are happening to them. People are under pressure, people are under stress, and it's a lot that's going on, man. Also, here in this area, DFW or the airlines computer system went down, and flights were grounded. So if any entertainers were going to their flights, they had to their destination, man. It was a lot going on with the flights as well. The system crashed, and this is the system that navigates the flights, so you can communicate with the tower and the ground to get those flights and regulate the traffic in the sky, so you won't have any collisions. And local domestic flights, they were grounded due to this technical error. I don't know if it's been fixed. I ain't been back to work yet, but hopefully, everything could get back going. Man, tonight we talking about, man, is will a woman really fully respect you if you move in with her? Now, this generation is different from how I grew up. I know that when you're past the age of 18 to 25, man, within that range, you're getting yourself ready to get out on your own. A lot of family members, black people, I think black people are the only group of people that do this on earth. But because the Japanese, other nationalities of people, they center around family. They don't look at putting their children out unprepared in the world and not having any resources. But I think we're the only group of people in America that put their children out, and a lot of times they're not prepared for the world. Even the Mexicans, they will stay in the house together. They'll stand 15, 20 of them in the house together, save their money up and help each one of them buy homes for themselves, and they'll build up around you. But we don't have that type of unity among us that's frowned upon for adults to stay with their family members. So for men that's moving in with women, the question is raised, can you as a man be respected by a woman if you move in her house? And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. It's something that, a lot of men do. I've seen it through my lifetime. And I've never lived with a woman outside of my mom. And I was taught not to do that, because as a man, you really don't have no real power as an individual when you move into a woman's house. I don't care how many bills you're paying. I don't care how much of the car note you're paying. If that house is not in your name, you don't have no real power. Women, they have children. A lot of women, they got children. You may step in the role as stepdad, and you may have children with her. But regardless, the only way that would happen if she just respect you as the man of the house, but it's really not your house. Now each situation is different. Some of us, we done been in prison, we done been locked up, and we need a place to stay. We can't go to our family's house. So it's different variables that cause men, to move in with the women in their lives. I was just never taught to do that. And I've seen the result of men moving in women's houses. That's something that I just wouldn't, advise, but, to each his own. And we're going to talk about it tonight. And we're going to, move forward with that. In society, a lot of times, man, we tend to, especially as Black people, we tend to look down on one another. We tend to look bad. We tend to talk about one another in the things that we do for survival. Because it really boils down to survival. Where can I stay? I don't want to stay out in the street. So I'm staying with this woman. This woman, she loved me. I love her. But I'm going to move in with her. Now, in some situations, you have men that have their apartment. Their girlfriend got an apartment. And the man decides to move in with the woman for economic reasons. And they said, hey, we're going to get us a house, but I'm going to move in with you until we get a house. Now, if you have some type of goal, I can respect that. But when it comes to something long term, and I've seen this happen so many times, something long term, that could be something that you got to walk, cautionary. Because a lot of times, couples get into it. And if you're not on your game as a man, she gonna remind you of that, because you're supposed to be the head of the household, regardless of how this world operates, regardless of how things are done. You as a man are the head of the household. Now, as the head of the household, you gotta plan. You gotta make the plans. You all got to put your heads together on what you need to do. Now, a lot of people don't want to hear that because they feel because it's a new year, nature changes. But the natural role of a man is to head his house. The natural role of the woman is to follow the man, instruct the man, and really the woman manage the household. She house to make it a home. The woman fix up the house, make the house look good, prepare the house to make it a home. The man go out, he supply the needs, he go in, whatever he needs to do as an individual. He'll go out to go to work, bring home whatever he need to bring home to go make groceries. Give it to her, she make dinner. But now you got women that are career women. So as men, when you got your career women, some men choose that they don't want a woman that works. But you got a lot of our women out here, man. The black woman, she's the most educated woman in America. And she don't want to quit her job. So now there have to be some type of compromise in your household if you want it to work. So if you're dealing with a woman that has a career and that has a career, no, I'm not talking all over the place. I'm getting straight to the point. I know what I'm saying, and I know where I'm going. But if you have a woman that has a career and she has something and you have something, you got to have something to offer one another. Now, if you look at it in this sense, if you're a man and you say you don't want your woman, you want your woman to stay home, and you're gonna take care of all the bills. If she's a career woman and she don't want to do that, you may want to move around. But if that's not something you want to do, you may need to look for a woman that's gonna submit to that. So as individuals, if we're gonna move in with a woman, we got to deal with different variables when we're dealing with just moving in with a woman, because I've seen several times how men can move in with a woman. Man, I pay the bills, I do this, I do that, but that's still not your home. Now she can have it to where that's your home if that's something you want to do, but hey, if she said you the man of the house, you the man of the house. But in reality, that's not your home. That's her home. Until you get on that mortgage or till you take lead and this is your house, it's your home, and y'all working together, then that's what we're doing. But no, I'm not all over the place. I'm straight to the point. I know where I'm going with this. But as individuals, we're looking at, do women fully respect the man that stays or live in her house? I didn't have family members live with women, and I didn't had friends live with women. Some they work out for years due to the situation. Some they work out, some don't. Argument ensues, and then we see where the power lies. Are you the head of the household, really? What's happening? Are you the head of the household? And we're gonna talk about it once I get on there, but that's just my view. I was just raised, man, you stay, you get your own place, you get your own, and if you get with a woman, she move in with you because you're the natural provider, you're the natural sustainer, and you the head of the household. And that's how God set it up for us. We could talk about this 2023. That's not how we do it nowadays. That's why we're having so many problems. Because the way God set it up is timeless. And if we work with God, we can maintain and have healthy relationships. But we're going against basically what God has his stance for. Now, I'm not going to get religious. I'm just telling you how things and how us is in our nature and what needs to be done. Now we live on Instagram. I'm trying to test out the Instagram as well on the Speak on It page on Instagram. So we trying to look at what we got going. If you want to chime in, you chime in. You can put your comments in, and we gonna go from there. Now I want to look at something. You got 50% divorce rate in America. Why is a 50% divorce rate? What's happening that we have a 50% divorce rate in America? That individuals can't stay married. It's so high. Now, and we want to look at why is that? It says a percentage of marriages in America. Because I want to look at that. Because if we stand in it really, is it shacking up? Are we staying in somebody's house? Are we shacking up? Are we staying in somebody's house? Staying in a woman's house? Or are we establishing something for ourselves? The topic is do a woman truly respect a man if he move in with her? That's what the topic is. Let me pull something up real quick. I want to pull up some statistics, but I think it's 50% America, marriages in America, and due to the circumstances, a lot of time marriages in America. A lot of time, we marry people we love, but a lot of times, man, let me see. So, say the percentage of adults living together with a decreased from 52 to 50% over the past decade. What percentages of U.S. marriages end in divorce? Right now, is dealing with, and I'm not it's 50% of all marriages in the United States end in divorce or separation. Estimated research about 41% of all first marriages end in divorce. So this is a go ahead, man. So that's a difficult thing to deal with. So we're gonna deal with that, man. What's going on with that? I was just telling the statistics in marriage, and and we were dealing with. I'm doing two different things. So my thing is focused on his Instagram as well. Did you get the hit on the Instagram?
I haven't checked it.
Yeah, bro. You 30 minutes. Let's see. Yeah, because I was checking the Instagram.
I was letting y'all battle it out. I wanted to see how you respond under pressure.
Yeah, I don't respond. You don't have to worry about me under pressure.
Right.
No, we ain't, because I can work under pressure.
What you got going?
I got two different things going on. I got something else going on. Let me see.
Software license decline.
I guess your deal's still not working.
Which one?
The Instagram. See, I was testing the Instagram, so my mind is kind of all over the place right now. So I was trying.
Yeah, I don't think I did my Instagram, but the Facebook working, right?
Yeah, we got the Facebook going. I may have to go ahead and end it because I got something else going on that. All right, let me end this. I'm gonna end that. All right. So what we talking about, Black?
The men moving in with women, and could they fully respect the man that's living with them?
Hold on.
Okay.
Don't keep that. Yeah, we was on topic when you came in. So we was on topic. You just came in late. I was 15 minutes into the topic, so of course you couldn't follow me. So I apologize.
But no, you good. You said you had asked me what were we talking about, and that's why I repeated the topic.
No, in the comments they were talking about they couldn't they didn't know what I was talking. I was all over the place, and I was telling them it was 15 minutes in. So, and I was speaking on the topic we were talking about.
Did you?
And I was highlighting. So you
did.
Yeah, we did all. We did all that. Yeah, we did all that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, bro.
So
yeah,
women,
I roll with that.
Men moving in with women. What's up? That we talking about?
Yeah.
do you think the woman will fully respect a man that moves in with her, even if he has money? He has his own car, he has a good job.
If he got his own car, what do he need to move in with a woman for?
A car ain't got nothing to do with whether you move in with a woman or not.
If he got money, what he moving in with a woman for? Why is she not moving in with him?
His lease may have been up. His lease may have expired before hers.
We talking about moving in. We talking about moving in with somebody, moving in with a woman. And if you're saying moving in with a woman, would she fully respect him? So if that moving in is understood that, hey, my lease up, we're going to save this money. I'm going to move in with you, baby. We're going to save this money. And then we're going to move out. But if you're talking about, I'm the king of the castle, and it ain't your castle, I don't know if she's going to respect you. But hey, I mean, it's 2023. Everybody's opinion is different. So I just want to hear y'all, because I don't know.
I mean, the thing you have to define is the reason for him moving in. Is he moving in?
That's what I just said.
Yeah, I'm saying. So you have to, that has to be defined. So if he's just moving in because he just got evicted, that's different than, again, just moving in because the lease is up and they were planning on moving together anyway. The relationship may be at that point.
They're dating, and she his mate. If something was to happen and he did get evicted, should she not offer her place?
Nope. That's not her responsibility. They just dating, depending on what period, what point they're dating in.
Right. Let's just say they dating in a 3-year dating, and somebody was over there smoking, and there's no smoking, or over there smoking weed or something, and he get evicted.
For 3 years.
That's what I was about to ask. Why they
dating for 3 years? Why are you dating for 3 years?
Oh, y'all supposed to be married in 3 years, right?
No, it don't take long to know people, man.
It ain't about knowing. Sometimes people want their finances straight. Sometimes people,
you don't need to be
like, they may want to do a destination wedding.
You don't need to move in with nobody if you can't afford to get married.
We didn't say afford to get married. We're talking about if he get evicted. Let me explain something. Hold on. Let me explain something. When people are in relationships, they may want a $50,000 wedding. They may want to save up for that wedding, which may take them a year or two to save up for the wedding that they want. So it's not that they just can't afford a wedding. They're saving up to get the wedding that they want.
They can't afford it if they can't.
So you can't say if he can't afford to get married.
I mean, if he got to save up,
not necessarily. That's not. I have to totally disagree with you on that, because if you want, let's just say you like Chargers. If you want a Charger and you want to save up to put $8,000 down on it to make your note where you want your note to be, but you can afford the vehicle. You just want your note at a certain price.
I can't afford the vehicle if I got to save up to get the down payment. I got to get the down payment to where I can afford it.
Now, so I mean, initially, I can't afford. People do save up for certain things.
Yeah.
So I mean,
people save up,
but you don't have it.
That don't mean they
don't have it right
now.
But you don't have it right now.
Right.
And they don't have it right now. Okay. That's why they put the wedding out for a year to save towards that, rather than using whatever funds, all the funds they currently have on hand.
Right.
So that doesn't necessarily mean they can't afford it. They just want to save up so they're not dipping into their bank accounts to make it happen.
Okay.
Yeah, you may want a new car right now, but you may say, well, hey, I'm gonna wait until I get $5,000 to put down, so my note will be $400 compared to $600.
So I can afford it, right? That's an affordable payment.
So
right? I have to save the money in order for it.
No. But on the same note, a wedding is different, because that's not something that you're paying on monthly. A trip to Egypt, I may want to go to Egypt with $10,000 just to throw away. So I'm gonna put back until I get that $10,000 to go. That don't mean I can't afford the trip, but I want $10,000. I can go and spend 500 to 1,000. But when I go, I want $10,000 to throw away in the event I see something, in the event something happens. So I'm gonna wait till I got 10 bands that I don't need before I go. So that don't mean I can't afford the trip, because if I just wanted to go on the trip, I can spend 1,000 and just go on the trip, spend 2-3 days and come on back. I want to go with 10 grand. Right. So that don't necessarily mean I can't afford the trip. It's just that I want to do more, so I'm just going to put my money back. It is such thing as working towards what you want. That doesn't necessarily mean you can't afford it. And it's something like a wedding. That's a one-time deal. That's just like you taking a trip to Disneyland. That's a one-time deal. It's not nothing that you paying monthly on. So that when you say can't afford something, that's something that you're paying monthly on. Mm-hmm. If I want to go to Disney, if I want to take the kids to Disney and I want to go down there with at least $12,000, that don't mean I can't afford the trip to Disney, because I can go after them little $500 or $200 a person and all that stuff. But no, I want to go down there with bank, because in the case the kids want to do this, they want to get pictures, they want to go here, they want to go there. So I can afford the trip, but I want to do more. So I'm gonna put money back so I can splurge and let them enjoy themselves on the trip. Same thing with a wedding. So if someone, a lot of couples move in with each other to save towards a wedding. So that doesn't necessarily mean, and then on that point, the only bad part about that is women want ownership. And that's their nature. They want ownership. So it's like at some point they're gonna say my house. At some point they're gonna say my car. Men don't usually speak on those terms because they be wanting the woman to feel comfortable. So a man will say, take the car, take the car. A woman will say, like if a man got an interview and his car is down or something, and he can't get in touch with Craig to take him to the interview, the lady will say, you can use my car. Where the man may say you can use the car because he wants to include her and make her feel comfortable using his vehicle. But it's something about a woman. Majority of them like to show possession and speak their ownership.
Well, I mean, if I have a car that I primarily drive and may be in my name, she has a car that she primarily drives that may be in her name, I'm going to say my car. She's going to say her car. Even if both of our names are on each other's car, it just depends on who drives that car primarily.
Right. But I was saying, I'm speaking on the point like his car down and he waiting on a ride. The woman is quicker to say my car. Every blue moon, like I say, you may say the car. Let's just say it's just one vehicle. That man would say, because you put the example of two vehicles. Let's just say it's one and it's yours. And she's waiting on Cassie to pick her up. You guys are dating, getting to know each other or whatever. And you may use the term, just take the car. But a woman is going to put more emphasis on, well, if Jason don't come up, you can just take my car. She's not going to say the car. It's very rare that a woman say the car. She's going to put more emphasis on my. Now, you got some men that does that, but
I think it just depends on how it was purchased. If she had the car prior to them being in a relationship,
no, right. I'm saying her. I'm just making the distinction between a man. Like when mine didn't have a vehicle, I just say just take the car because I didn't want to keep putting emphasis on my because she didn't have one yet. Hers was down, and so it was unfixable. So we waiting to she's waiting to get another vehicle. So whenever she say, "Oh, I'm gonna be late for work," I'll say just take the truck. Mm-hmm. Instead of me saying just take my truck because she know it's mine. Just like if she moved when she moved in, the habit of saying my house. that they know that's your house, but when you're making them feel comfortable, it's just a psychology thing. Being that I took the psychology in college, it's just I see things a tad bit different when it comes to relating to people, especially making them feel comfortable. Because one day I could just be like, well, hey, you can just that's my house, so just lock the door. My house, my house. And she may say, okay, we know this your house. I'm just saying. So to keep a person from feeling like that, I just learned to say house. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say lock my doors. No, lock the doors. But a woman tends to put more emphasis on the my than a man is the point that I'm making. A lot of men don't do that. Now the thing that he's saying with both of them purchasing vehicles, he got his, she got hers, and then she waiting on somebody. He said, just take my car. That's different than one vehicle there. She's moving in, vice versa, to make that person feel more comfortable. Just use the word the. Y'all can go to the house. Hey, y'all can go to my house. So it's just something I experienced, but I just do different. Like I said, don't pay me no never mind. But I just say now the man moving in with the woman is cool and cute when you 18 and probably 24, maybe 25. But after 25, I feel like you need to be getting your own. I've seen several relationships turn to where the woman get upset and he'll try to say something, and then that my house come out. I pay this house is in my name. This is my house. And if you don't like it, you can leave. Dan get mad and throw his stuff out the door, change the locks. So it's just not a good idea, especially today. Back in the day, like that song, that Papa was a Rolling Stone, wherever he laid his hat was his home. And when Papa was in them houses back in the day, women had more respect for men. And that's why they say where he laid his hat was his home. He ran the home. It's not like that. Like when I put the question out there, one of the ladies said, it's missing one word, our. She didn't like that the his house thing. She was like, because ain't no man gonna come in my house and run it like it's his. You know what I'm saying? So back in the Gap, that really wasn't an issue per se, because it was less going on. They were cheating, but they wasn't cheating like they're doing now. They were doing everything under the sun, but it wasn't as widespread as it is now because they didn't have social media. When social media came, the whole world flipped, because they could take a picture of the car and post it on Instagram. They can post it on social media, and now she know where you at when you're there. So it's different now. Back in the day, the women had more respect for men. Men are not respected today like they were 20 years ago. And even that man was wrong. A lot of men was out there creating babies, buying cars for other vehicles, but buying cars for other women, and grandmama and them stayed in them relationships.
Well, I don't think it was a matter of respect. I think it was a matter of they didn't have enough options to do things on their own and have more opportunities these days.
That too.
If they would have had the education and the opportunities that the women have today, a lot of those women more than likely would not have stayed through a lot of those those situations.
And see, that's another thing. The options and things that they have, the education. So that's another reason why women don't respect men the way they used to. It's like a woman can't have education and opportunities and still be respectful to her man.
Well, some of the men aren't being respectful to the women. They're still trying to do the same things that they used to do: run the streets, run women, do this and that and
But
whatnot. So they
I
don't, they
think
don't, they
I
don't,
think a
they
lot of
don't, they
times
don't
that
need
has to do
respect. They
with
don't
the
need
type of
respect
woman that he
because they're not being
chooses.
the man.
And a lot of women are not giving a man nothing to respect. So that goes both ways. Not saying all of them, but on the same note, yeah, men, yeah. But like you posted today, to see back in the gap. Everybody wants likes on social media. Everybody want to be a thug. It's cool to be a thought. It's cool to be a slut. Uh, that's what that's what they have to choose from now. So that goes both ways. If women want to be more respected, then they need to give a man something to respect.
And if men want to be more respected, they need to do the things that men supposed to do to get respect.
Yeah, but there's more women out there being slutty and doing their thing now than the man. They didn't learn how to do it and they enjoying it. Yeah, like I said, I can't make this shit up. I mean, you see it every day. And I'm thinking that some of that is what motivated your post, seeing how the world has shifted. It's cool to be.
Well, I mean,
It's popular to
that is what kind of
be
motivated
the
my
thug,
post because
the
it
nut.
seems like, it seems like everybody's willing to accept a lesser role in life rather than waiting for the opportunity and being patient and waiting for the one that's actually for them. They rather go around and get a feel good moment and still
Yeah,
not being fulfilled or satisfied. I mean, we both
it's a
were we both were out there doing the same thing, and my opinion comes from years of learning and coming into from being out there and coming to a better knowledge of things. So I mean, I just try to put some words out there for the younger people that so they won't have to go through what you and I went through to get to the point that we are at now.
they don't see that. Um, when we were growing up, we listened to the people that was 10, 15, 20 years older than us, and we respected and valued their opinion. Today, 30 years old, you consider old. Today, at 30 and 35 years old, you unk. Um, so the younger generation, once you get out your 20s, they feel like at 25, they put on that, oh, you're an OG now. To us, OGs was what, 50? So it's like, it's just a different, faster paced world. And so with social media showing them how much pleasure this thought, this slut is having sleeping with multiple men makes them women say, hey, that's cool. I want to try that. We didn't see that. And if we did, we would sneak in the Playboys, the Cherry magazines, and different things like that. And you may, see it. Or when we would get mom and them satellite, we would play with that satellite for damn near an hour trying to pick up these X-rated channels. It was big round satellite. We outside, go out there and turn it. And he said, you got it, you got it. So just to see some what we call it, my soft porn. But today is there. Shit, they got Pornhub. Any kid, anybody that's tuned in to Pornhub, and you'll see the girl next door going in with the guy from the grocery store. So it's like social media messed all that up. And I think that's why it's more cheating, more sluts. It's more thoughts, social media. And people want to say, no, I ain't social media. They just doing they wouldn't be. They doing what they want to do. True enough, but it's showing them, and we have a weaker generation. This generation is full of followers. Very few of them are leaders, and so they're gonna follow what they see.
Women used to be smarter back in the day where they didn't have to give up their bodies and still get money from men and this, that, and whatnot because men are stupid. They think they got something on their hand. And then Mr. Charlie's still down there giving them $50. Hey, go and take that $50. Go and do what you gonna do. She flirt with him a little bit, and then she gone down the street and flirt with Mr. Willie Charles, and he give her 25. You know what I'm saying? But women,
don't be talking about Willie Charles
these days. I'm sorry.
Don't be talking about Willie Charles. But go ahead.
Shout out to Willie Charles. But anyway, and they didn't have to give up their bodies, but they still were able to receive the money because, like I said, men just stupid.
Today, it really ain't about the money. Them women just love having sex, and if you fit their critique and what they're looking for, you're attractive, you fine, that's their thing. They give it up. There's no more waiting. We had to date, hold hands, go to the movies, get something to eat, post up at the crib. It ain't none of that. They see you at the club, at the gas station, at Walmart, and you help her with her bags and you her types. You get that number. You're lame if you don't hit that within a week after you meet. But I'll go ahead and say a week after you meet her.
Yeah, sometimes it don't even have to be a week, but I mean, that's what they just want to do these days. Sex is so important, and people feel like sex is important, and the society has emphasized sex is important, looks are important. So those are the things that people have in their mind that it's okay, it's fine, it's just sex.
And then look. You say you got to be a dime nowadays, a red bone. No, dark skin took over a while ago. Red bones, they slowly making a comeback. But yeah, when I go down the timeline, they still talking about the chocolates and caramels. But yeah, to each his own. But what they not understanding that one night of sex doesn't necessarily mean that they're gonna be in your life forever. Because I think sex these days is overrated because you can get it so easy now. You don't have to work for it. Like I said, we used to have to wine and dine and all that. That's over with. And you gotta do none of that. All you gotta do is look the part and have a half decent conversation.
My sex life is so much better dealing with the one person that I have an emotional attachment and love for versus just having a number of women just having sex every other day with a different woman. That was just something to do for me. But now that emotions are attached and there are feelings involved and you actually are in love with someone, that type of love making is so much more fulfilling and feels so much greater than just out there just knocking people down.
They don't see that right now. The love feeling that's greater. They ain't trying to do that. They just want to beat down whoever offer it to them, whoever the most popular, whoever everybody talking about. It ain't got nothing to do with no luxurious feeling, especially the ones that's out there, the 30s and unders for sure. It's no standard.
I can imagine. I mean, like I said, I'm stop putting you in it, but I didn't.
Yeah, I did. Well, I ain't do nothing.
You did too, but I'm just saying.
No, I ain't do nothing. I made you think I did.
Well, you knocked down.
No, sir.
2/3 of Bastrop and half of Monroe.
No, sir. I made you think I did.
Shreveport. But
I made you think I did. Go ahead.
But
I never.
When during that time frame in the 20s and 30s, no, we weren't thinking about that, and no, we weren't catching those type of feelings. But like I said, as you continue to grow and mature, then you start to think differently, and your mindset starts to change. But we have to start trying to help people to have a healthier relationship earlier on in life, then you wouldn't have so many issues once you get further along in life, if that makes sense.
Well, like Tony said, you kind of got to know, the woman you pick. Like we always say, if you get a freak, she gonna be a freak. You get them at the club, they're gonna be a club. You just got to find the woman that's for you. But the key thing, she can't be easily influenced. Social media, that being faithful, being a career woman, being a career man, being faithful to your mate is a lame. You're a lame. It's a bad thing. I don't see how you do that, girl. You could have had this, you could have had that. Or man, you with the same this and that and that. When you could have had this and that. So social media, if you got a weak mate, social media, number one, is gonna mess all that up.
I rather the place that I'd rather meet a female is in the grocery store that's picking out her own grocery, her foods, her meats, her vegetables, because that means she cooked.
I thought you were going to say the church, and I was like, man, that's where your biggest freak is at church.
No, not church. So in the grocery store, because that means she cooks, and then you can tell a little bit about her lifestyle based on the food that she picks. You can tell if she got kids, and possibly how many, just based on the type of stuff she selects for her grocery.
You hear that, Jack? Grocery stores is a good bet. Is a good place to meet women. And then, but back to the move-in thing. You can't expect to run a woman's household these days for sure if you move in with them. Now you have certain, like you say, certain situations with why they're moving in. But if you just meet them and say at the grocery store, y'all get to dating, and you live in an apartment and she has a house. One thing about a woman, even if you had a okay house, a woman's not going to be quick to leave something she's comfortably decorated to move in with you, with a man. So 8 times out of 10, especially if she, depends on her situation, is she buying, is she renting? But if she's buying and you're staying in an apartment and y'all want to be together, chances are you may lean toward moving in with her if you plan on marrying her, or y'all plan to be together in the future.
Well,
but
here's a different
keep in mind, he's gonna have to give up who he is as a man once he's under that roof. I just feel that he's gonna have to give up that, because like I say, when a woman like Phantom was saying on previous podcasts, when a woman gets mad, she's gonna remind you that is her house. If you say, I don't want Sharon coming over here, how you gonna tell me Sharon can't come to my house? This is my house. She's gonna let you know that that's her house. And it's nothing you can say. So you're giving up.
It is her house. That's why you have to get our house.
Yeah.
So my thing is, so let's look at it from another viewpoint, another vantage point. So say you have a divorced woman, she received the house in the divorce, then she starts dating this guy. Then so they're moving in they're in a serious relationship. So he decides, if he's in an apartment, okay, well, you have a house, you're paying for it, so I'm gonna move in there. So again, she is going to have the upper hand because that is her house.
Yeah.
So if you are a real dude, real man, whatever you want to say.
But what's your definition? What's your definition of a real man? I don't understand that.
Yeah,
I get that a lot. When you say real man, what's your definition of a real man?
Whatever you think you should be defined as. So that person is going to they're not going to want to stay in a house that another man built with the divorced person. No one wants to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to, think about everything that occurred in that
Went
house
on in that bedroom. That's me.
and and the fact that I didn't contribute to this home. That's my main thing. I didn't contribute to this, to building this. So now we have to go build our own. And some women are going to be reluctant to
Right.
do that.
Because she's comfortable where she's at. It is decorated the way she wants to. Everything. So yeah, she's gonna be reluctant to do that. And in that case, what do? I mean, your lease is up. So you move in with her.
You better stay in your apartment, man. You better stay in your apartment, man. You better stay.
That's the best thing, because, like I say,
you can have that love in the world, man. But a woman gonna remind you, because that's her card. If she knows she can't, if you're bigger than her, if you're more brawner than her, a woman's mouth is like a snake pit sometimes. And if she know how to push your buttons, she gonna be able to do that. So if you're gonna move it, that's the risk you take. Now, if y'all gotta understand it, y'all gotta go, you finna go get another house. Say, James, you move in with your Jay, you move in with your girl, and baby, okay, you got this house. We gonna get a house together. I'm gonna get my credit, you straight, we straight, and you either sell your house. You see, it got to be a conversation. You even dealing with women that got careers. A woman that's got a high-paying career, she coming in with $200,000 a year. And a lot of our women, black women, are the most educated women. Are they getting paid good? You got a woman that's making $200,000 a year. Here it is, you making $50,000 a year. She can move with that money. Now, she may want to help you. A good woman to help you. She'll challenge you. But in what reality are you going to be able to really secure when you got a woman that's making more money and she's in a better position than you? So you're moving in her house, that's the chance you take. And sometimes it may not happen. But as a man, just deep down inside, do you really want to live with a woman?
Well, and the thing is, so there was this couple. She was a civil engineer, some type of engineer, and she made about $350,000 a year. He worked in the warehouse. He made about $35,000-$40,000 a year.
Yeah.
And her house cost, I think it was about, I want to say about $700,000. And she had it with her ex-husband. Her ex-husband was a known comedian, and so the guy was a little bit intimidated, and he wanted them to move out of that house. But what can he contribute, making $35,000 to $40,000 a year, to a house that is over $800,000? What can you contribute? How can you make her want to move out of that when she's been affording this comfortably? And you saying, well, we got to sell this and move. Well, what can you contribute?
Well,
they were trying to save for a marriage. He had trouble saving.
He only making $35,000. Yeah, that's hard living off $35,000 a month. That's hard. It's hard living off damn near 50. Depending on the city you live. So to save for that, bro, you putting yourself, okay, you love her, she making the money. That's the reality you're gonna have to live with. Or that woman help you if you're an industrious man, and that woman can help you and put you in a position where she can lift you up to get you in a better position so you can make the money. But hey, to, like you say, to each is, it's, we living in such a new age. We think the rules are different, but 50% of marriages end in divorce, and is initiated by women. So something is wrong here. The men are not initiating divorce. It's the women that's initiating the divorce. So
yeah, because
it's an issue.
the woman feel like she has more options.
Yeah, and she got more options sexually. But a man that's gonna treat her right, the man that she just left, it's gonna be hard for her, especially if she got children by that man. It's gonna be hard for her to find somebody that's gonna treat her the way that man treated her, because she feels she making that money, but all the men want is just to have a physical relationship.
But on the cool,
Maybe the man wasn't treating her right. Maybe that was the issue.
But if the man
on the cool, if that man putting it down and he got game, he can make that woman do whatever he want to do. I don't care what y'all saying. I done seen a many men come in there and get up in that woman's head. But at the end of the day, even getting in that woman's head, the reality is she making more money than you. The reality she making more money. But if he get in that head right, he controls that money. He controls that money.
That's her.
It's her money. Listen, it's a difference.
Regardless if you're controlling it, it ain't yours. You just controlling it.
Let me explain what controlling means. Controlling means you are your person, a puppet. That puppet has its own arms and legs, but you're controlling it. So yeah, it has its own arms and legs.
Why would you pride yourself
you
in
haven't
controlling
seen
somebody?
My uncles and my cousins. Conversation rocks the nation. I've seen them go into women's homes and run it. They spend that money. That woman bring just like the man, just like back in the day. The man made all the money. He wasn't that educated back in the gap, so he made all the money, and he gave the money to the wife, his lady, to take care of all the bills and everything. So he made the money. He made the money, but she controlled it.
No, she made the money. No, he made the money. She took care of the bills. What's the bills? I'm going out to go take care of this. Baby, he go to bill money. Go ahead and take care of what you need to take care of.
My thing is, I don't want to have
something if you need something.
I don't want to be in a relationship where I have to control.
So that's right.
I'd rather have a relationship where we mutually agree to work together to build whatever it is. So
but what he's saying is that way not gonna work because it's her money.
But we were talking about it as a team. James was talking about it as a team. If you're working together as a team to work something and put something together, you dealing with a reality. This man making $30,000, $40,000 a year. She making $350,000 a year. That woman wants that lifestyle. She's not gonna step down to a $40,000 a year lifestyle. And you saying you controlling it, even if you controlling it, you proud of that? You proud that you gotta talk game to the woman to control her money? You proud? That's something that you take pride in?
No, that's what they did.
Go take it. I understand that. I'm understanding that, but it still ain't your money, regardless.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, but that's what they did. We can't erase what they did though. And there are women who do that. They give their money to their men. The men take care of things.
They respect their husband.
But like you say, it's an agreement that they have.
Right. If it's an agreement that you have, it is what it is. You know, but you shouldn't. Who gonna pride themselves? Oh, I control. She do what I say. I control. You know, I control her money. Man, that's her money. That's her money. That's like you driving her car. That's her car, regardless of what you say. One day she gonna get fed up with you, and when a woman fed up, ain't nothing you can do about it. You out the door. She taking your clothes.
I'll tell you who would take pride in that. Someone that's abusive, emotionally abusive.
Yeah.
So those are the type of people that take pride in doing stuff like that.
But you want to use a woman and do all that stuff, man.
They weren't really using them, and they wasn't abusive. They were cool people.
No, I got talking about your people. We're not talking about your
cousin. I got a cousin. We
taking all your family out the equation.
Right. I got a cousin in Oakland.
Talking about a bum. We talking
right.
About
I'm saying I got a cousin in Oakland that was a gigolo, and the things that he did with the women he was involved with, how much money they was giving him, everything they were doing to him, he had that game. They say he got a couple kids now. I touched bases with him when I did my trip, but he settled down, got a couple kids now. But he was a paid gigolo, and he only messed with women that was high up, 100,000 a year. You know, they wasn't under 80,000 a year.
He got his own spot. He got his own
Yeah,
place.
yeah.
Fam, there it
Well,
is. So that's something different.
yeah,
He
and
gigolo.
they
Yeah.
probably had an agreement. That's
Yeah.
what they did.
Yeah. That's what they did. He had an agreement. That's a role that a man played. That he got one older women's money. He's a gigolo. That's what he did. But he had
And
his
they would
own
get
spot.
him. They get paid,
That's something
and he
different.
take us shopping off their checks. He did everything.
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
just
he
like
got his own.
Stephanie Mills. Stephanie Mills said that she had a dude that a younger dude. She bought him a car. She let him stay at the house. She even bought him a lit condo or whatever. You know,
If I'm not contributing, I stay
that's
single.
just
If
But that-
I
what she
don't,
wanted
if
to
I
do.
don't want. Mm-mm.
but
So
I mean, I feel where you come. All of us came from. A man
Hell
need to
no.
have his own. But on the same
Yeah.
note, we got jokers out here with that game, and they running these women that game, and they slanging that thing,
Yeah, Jay.
and they got them women doing
I don't
whatever
care
they
what
want to do.
You got them doing whatever they want to do, but it's still not their stuff. If they run out of, they slanging that thing way out, and they don't got no more game no more, then you don't have nothing. You don't have nothing at the end of the day because it's not your stuff, man.
you know,
Period. It's not your stuff.
somebody said that women have the most power because they have all the pussy and they can always get half the money
Yep.
or half of everything that you own.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because
Well,
the woman, the women, look at this. You have a child by that woman. They putting you on child support. You divorced that woman. You got some assets. You splitting the assets. Anything that this system is set up for the woman to win in the end.
It used to be.
It still is.
Men winning now.
The men ain't winning. The men,
Dude.
you got look, check this out. In Michigan, they have a default father law. With the default father law, if I hook up with a woman in Michigan and she got children, I gotta pay child support for children that's not even mine because I'm the father by default. I'm on the hook for 18 years for paying for children, for 18 years, and taking the role as a father.
All right, Pete.
So they always win it. They win it in the end. They getting houses from welfare. They got WIC. They can get food, clothing, and shelter. They can get anything that they need.
And guess what?
To take care of themselves.
Men
They don't like that.
Men can get that now too.
But that's frowned upon.
We don't. You don't give a damn about what's frowned upon. Men can do that too.
I'm just telling you, it's frowned upon.
And then when you divorce, and that woman making what y'all say $300,000 a year, and he making $50,000 a year, or $30,000 when they divorce, guess what?
Yeah.
He gets alimony now.
Well, we got it's dependent on certain states.
Yeah, certain states, and they have to meet certain criteria.
I don't. The state of Texas don't give alimony, so you don't. You can get alimony in Florida, but I know they don't have alimony in the state.
I think you get alimony here in Georgia.
Yeah. So
some
states that's unheard of.
So fellas, marry you a woman in a state that give alimony, and then when y'all get tired of each other and she don't like you, divorce her ass and make her pay you.
Women, make sure you get a prenup if you making more money than the joker that you're dealing with. So
right.
And fellas, lay that thing down so good and get in that head where she ain't be thinking about no damn prenup. Get that money.
Yeah, you better throw that rose away.
See, if he laying that thing down, she ain't gonna want no rose.
No, because you know some. Well, no, we're not gonna get into all that.
Right. That's another stuff, another day. The sex toys in the bedroom. How they feel about it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Is it accepted? But nowadays, with everybody being freaky, man, like I say on every podcast, this is a sex society. If you laying that thing or throwing that cat, but to be honest with you, Jay, the value, what I said on a previous episode, the value of the pussy, as you say, is gone down because it's so easy to get now. So with women hollering about pussy is power, that's nothing because you got so many women that's just giving it up, and you can try and try it out, and so it's not as powerful per se as it is. finding a good man that know how to lay that pipe, that's what's rare. That's rare. So, you know, that's what's rare. So when you know what you're doing in that area, be honest with you, the man is taking over on that, because we can go down and you can go to the grocery store right now, find you somebody and get some sex, some head, whatever. It's nothing now.
Well,
You don't have to come with no
thing
game.
is-
You ain't got to take her out to eat. You ain't got to take them no movies. All you got to do is just look the part, say the right thing, and y'all can be in the back seat.
See, now,
It's so
the thing
easy
is,
now.
women can sustain longer without sex now because they have all these different tools that they can use as a substitute to get that feeling that they be longing for. And then they just have one dude come over there every now and then if he available when they want a real body on top of them. But
yeah,
But-
that's true.
But like I say, that rose and everything is cool. And like I said on a previous podcast, that rose ain't gonna pull that hair. That rose ain't gonna spank that ass.
well,
So
most of the time they got weave in and they put their hair over there on the dresser anyway.
so them little strings of hair, them little strands that long, that you can get when you behind, you pull that little strand, you can't do that. That rose ain't gonna do that. So they be wanting somebody. They talk that shit, but they want somebody to flip that body over and change them positions on them, put them up against the wall, doggy froggy. They want that. That rose ain't doing none of that. So yeah, they can sustain longer, but believe you me, when they want to get satisfied, they're gonna have to go to a real body. So sex is overrated though. Women holler about all them rap songs. They got that good this, they got that wet. Man, you can find wet anywhere now. Like I said, it's a pretty bitch on every corner now. Back in the day, that shit was rare. Back in the day, finding a woman that'll geared up, that got some good, was hard to find. It ain't hard to find no more. So the power of the pussy, they can hang that up. It ain't about that no more. And that was gonna be another question I was gonna put. This gonna be a topic. The pretty face, slim waist, big booty. Men want more than that now, because that's you can find that anywhere now. From women getting their bodies fixed to women going to the gym, from whatever, you can find that anywhere. It's not rare anymore. They out there. Women getting lipo. They getting all this.
I don't know if dudes really. I don't know. You got dudes that are still hung up and stuck on the aesthetics of a woman rather than the soul of a woman.
Well, that's because, and like I was saying, me and Phantom had this discussion. The deal is, of course, I know Austin and I, just my opinion, and the looks get you there. Attraction gets you there. But when that conversation, that personality, that connection is not there, then you lose me. I'm lost. And I get out of it. You know, I fade. So yeah, of course they see the glamour and the attraction. But once you get that attraction, you have to come with more than that. You got to come with more than that.
Yeah, a smart woman, an intelligent woman is what stimulates me. I need you to stimulate my mind, stimulate my imagination, to stimulate my emotions, to stimulate everything else. Because if you're just a frame, then a empty frame, that doesn't do anything for me. I can walk away from an empty frame.
Right.
And then, we were going back to your comment before about women talking about the wet and the WAP and all that kind of stuff. You know, I can get mine off a half dry.
I believe.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't got to be that. It ain't got to be that wet. You say it's gonna be half dry. But yeah, it's overrated. And the women ain't running down with no damn pussy, because you can get that anywhere, and you ain't got to work for it no more. And like they say, like I put on there, it went from $40 to 2 blunts. And to them saying, oh, you look so good, you so fine, I just want to sleep with you. So that's free. So nah, they ain't running it no more. Pussy ain't power no more. It may be for somebody who been in love, married, or something like that, and he don't want to lose his wife or something like that. But for the average single Joe of today, the pussy ain't no power. Because you can get it, it's easy to get. It's like the what we call it back in the day, it was the law of scarcity. When it's rare, everybody want it. When you can get it abundantly, it loses value. Similar to the PlayStation 5. Everybody was trying to get that PS5 2 and 3 years ago. And now that it's out there, the demand is not as high. People was getting $2,000, $1,500. They were trying to hit me up for $800 or $900 for a PS5 last year. I got it for $400 this year. So it's like once something is saturated and given to you in abundance, it loses value. And that's what didn't happen with sex, with the cat, with the pussy, as you call it. The power is not there anymore. Finding a man with good wood that know how to use that joker and make them women get orgasms, that's who running the things now. Because a lot of women saying they don't get orgasms. So that's who running things now. So, what's that? What'd you say about that, Phantom?
What's that? Sorry about that. Huh?
I said, what'd you say about that?
Say about what?
I
couldn't hear you.
I say sex is not the pussy is not power. Don't have as much power as it used to back in the day because you can get it so easy now. So Austin has said that a woman has said that a lot of women sit back thinking that the women has the most power because they do power between their legs.
They do.
But what I'm explaining is with it being so easy to get, and I'm talking from experience.
Yeah. I'm telling you from the numbers. It's
right.
It's $35 billion of the sex industry. So
right. No. We ain't talking about the industry. We're talking about that one woman. No. I'm talking about that one woman saying that she has all the power in the world because she got a cat.
She does.
And then I'm saying that
she does.
With it being so easy to get now, sex is easy to get. You can get
that don't mean women. It's not powerful. That don't mean it's not powerful. Because the women, they still got options. They still have options as far as
what I'm saying is when we were growing up, the value was real high. You knew some sugar daddies that was paying top dollar.
Yeah.
$300, $400, $500 for some cat. Right now it's $40.
They still doing that though. They still paying that.
Right, but it went down to $40, 2 blunts, and then if they like you because you fine, they fucking you for free.
Right, but they still paying.
So with that being said, I'm just trying to say I know the numbers, but realistically on the streets, and if you talk to any man, even Tony, to ask that Tony Robinson, the people who out here on the streets, being that it's so easy to get sex now, that value go down. Just like we preach the law of scarcity. When something is rare and hard to get, everybody want it. But now the women exploit themselves. They showing everything. They get on here, man, I wish I could suck a dick tonight. And then somebody get in their DM, and if he looks the part, he go over there, they suck a dick, and that's a wrap. He ain't even got to pay it. So it's not as powerful per se as it was prior social media. It's easy to get sex now. You don't even have to work for it. You just get in the DM. Oh, you so fine, you look good. If you look the part and she agree, y'all hook up, no funds exchanged. So yeah, it's still they still getting paid for it, but the common Joes ain't paying for it. You know, they just not. And if guys could come on here and state the real, they'll tell you most of them screwing for free. Ain't none of them paying no $40. Ain't none of them. They may come with the two blunts. Every blue moon, somebody may hit a $40 lick. My
Like
partner,
Bad Barbie,
rest
Bad Barbie,
rest
Bad,
soul.
yeah, Bad Barbie. She made 50 million on OnlyFans. Bad Barbie, and we know what OnlyFans.
Yeah, on
is.
OnlyFans.
So sex
OnlyFans.
sales is still.
And how many bad bad Barbies is it?
It's still power.
How many bad Barbies is it? That's just one bitch.
But she made money off of. She made money.
She
off
made
of
money.
sex.
Men making money out slanging that
The
thing
industry,
too.
the industry.
The industry. We ain't talking about the industry. Okay, the industry is one thing. I'm talking about you walking outside right now from your house, going outside, going to the corner store. You going to Walmart. We talking about common Joes. You always want to talk about celebrities and shit.
No, we talking.
They on a different thing. They are the 1%.
No,
they're the 1%.
If we speaking on value, it's 30. It's the sex industry is 35 point.
The sex industry is. We ain't talking about that one bitch that just getting it up.
We talking about it.
We ain't talking about that little. We ain't talking about that little 25-year-old that's on social media saying she horny. We ain't talking about her.
All right, man.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't talking about her because she's not in the industry. She's just a common Joe that want to have sex. She's a Carmen Julie that want to have sex.
But it's still power in it.
She's not gonna get $5 billion.
The point I'm making is that it's still power in
right.
sex.
The point you're making, right? The industry, as far as the industry, the point you're making, pussy is power. But if you ask an average man that's working, doing his thing, making his money, he ain't fucked up about that because he can get it easy. That's why the marriage rate down, because he know he can go and get Sarah after work, but beat her brains out and go home and sleep. He ain't got to pay no money for that.
But you were talking about the worth of it. Is no more power in it. It is power in sex.
In the industry, is power.
No,
in the industry, wait.
If you chasing after her, regardless if you paying for it or not, it's still power in it because we're gonna do that for the rest of our life.
No, I'm saying women be checking for men now too.
Of course, that's natural. They're gonna do that.
So it's more women. It's a lot of more women now checking for men than men checking for women.
All right.
Back in the day, the man had to do all the chasing. Now women going after men.
I got you.
Ask Austin. He'll tell you. The women are coming on to us saying, so what's up with you? You married? What you got? The stuff we used to ask women are asking men now. So
yeah, because it's a shortage of men. So you got 11 women to one man. So they're gonna do that. You have a shortage of men. The dynamic have changed. So women are a little bit more aggressive because they know they got to compete. And based on the numbers, they dealing with trying to compete for a man in a certain percentage. That's what they doing. That's why they approaching.
And so with that being a shortage of men, that means it's going to be a shortage of dollars that's going to the pussy industry. So the men, the common men that's working every day. We ain't talking about the millionaires. We ain't talking about the 100,000 men that's messing with the Kardashians. That's messing with the bad Barbies.
This is every
we talking about the average day man. We talking about me and Austin.
Those numbers
we don't do that.
Those numbers are average day numbers, man. The 35.1 billion is not dealing with millionaires. This dealing with every day, from buying toys, from prostitution,
exactly,
being on the street.
Exactly.
That's
my point. That's my point. So they're buying toys. All that is including toys and all that.
Right.
Not just one woman giving up that cat. Not just a woman giving up that cat. You can get good quality cat for free these days. So that ain't.
Well,
They
all right.
they not
All right,
not
you
getting the
right.
money that they got 20,
right.
30 years ago when our parents
Yes,
was
they
coming
are.
up
Yes,
and
they are.
prostitution was the
Yes,
thing.
they are.
The price
Yes,
of
they are.
prostitution is down.
These young girls getting paid off of sex, man.
Shit.
Paid off.
What's $40? You call that getting paid?
No, we talking about 50 million, 30 million.
I'm talking about Lil Sally
They
over
going
on
on
Facebook.
They going on OnlyFans, man, and making money, man.
I'm talking about Lil Sally on
Lil
Facebook.
Sally,
I know some girls.
Sally
Hey,
on
hey,
OnlyFans.
I know girls from
making
Monroe.
money.
I know girls from Monroe, Louisiana. I know girls from Bastrop, Louisiana. They got
Yeah.
OnlyFans, and they only got about 5 people on that motherfucker.
Yeah, because
And they
that's
ain't-
Bastrop.
and they
We
make
talking
them
about
$5.
we talking about some real women that's making
You
some
talking
money.
about real
That's on
women,
the stacks.
celebrities, the ones
We're
that's
not
up there in
talking
that
about
1%
celebrities.
pile.
You're not
We
talking
ain't
about
talking about
celebrities.
that.
You talking about women that's making 20 million, 50 million.
They gonna
Average
make
per-
somebody.
not
they-
on average.
Show
on
me
average,
a
you
woman
making-
on the average in Monroe that's making $500 on the damn
I'm not talking
OnlyFans.
about. I'm
Pull
not
up.
even talking about. We're not
Pull
even
up.
talking
I'm talking about
Monroe.
regular
Monroe ain't
shit,
even-
not no celebrity shit. I'm talking about
But
regular
the
shit.
industry itself, in the dollars with the average man, dealing with the average man, everyday Joe exchange, that's 35.1 billion. That's how it translates. From
Okay.
women
Well,
buying toys,
that's
men
amongst
buying
those guys
toys.
that's not in the what you call it. Those are the other guys. That's the ones who spinning that. It's not the Pookie and Chad.
I
They
want to know
not
All
where
right,
he
Pookie
gets
bro.
and
his
Chad.
Hey,
Ain't
go
numbers
spinning.
ahead.
from.
Go ahead and let that. I'll let you got that, bro.
I want to
Yeah,
know where he
Pookie
gets
and
his
Chad.
survey numbers from.
Pookies and
What
Chads ain't
What did
spinning
you
it.
say? What did you say?
I want to know where you get your survey numbers from.
What's
The Pookies and
survey
Chads.
numbers?
This point
What-
billion. Where
Oh,
are you
okay.
getting all this from?
Yeah, let me share the screen.
You don't have to
Since
just
we
tell
But
me.
don't think since
he
we
said it
since I'm
industry.
since this just because we don't want to deal in lies, we want to deal in numbers.
No, your numbers are correct as far as the
No.
sex industry. I'm talking about the average walking out your house, Monroe,
We ain't so,
Bastrop,
we're
Euless,
not talking
Dallas,
about that. We talking
Houston.
about as a whole.
Yeah, you're talking as a whole. We're
Yeah.
talking about two different things. You're
Right.
correct on the industry. You're talking about sex toys and OnlyFans. I'm talking
We're not
about
that-
me
That's
walking
not
out my
even
house right
considered.
now.
That's not even a thing. That's not even because we're not talking about Monroe or Bastrop.
No,
We're talking
no.
about as a whole.
You're talking about it as a whole. I'm talking about
the industry,
you're talking
and I'm
about,
pointing to you that is power in it.
and I
right?
say you're right. I say you're right because it's the industry.
Right.
I always say this is
Sex
a
is
sex
the industry.
society.
It's
This is a sex
it's a bartering
society.
system. It's the bartering system. Even when you just said you don't have to pay. It is bartering. You got 2 blunts. That's bartering. You give me the blunts, I give you the sex. It's bartering.
Right.
It don't necessarily
Exactly.
have to
I
be no
said,
dollars.
so,
you
but
don't
but
pay-
two blunts
pay for
don't
something.
equal to the $500 they used to get back in the day. Two
That's
blunts
not
don't
what-
equal to the
We talking
$200
about the industry.
my partner
We
Armstrong
We
used to
talking
pay.
about we talking about the industry itself and
Okay.
what people are willing to pay. That's
Okay,
what
now-
what I'm telling you.
All right, now let me break this down for you. Listen to me right
You
quick.
don't have to break anything.
No, no,
down,
no,
brother.
baby,
I'm telling
listen.
you what this is.
Baby, listen.
It ain't. I'm telling you what this is.
Okay, now let me finish this, okay?
All right, go ahead.
You are correct. Listen to the word correct, CORRECT, when it comes to the industry. You're correct. I didn't debate you on the industry.
Yeah.
I didn't debate you on the industry. I'm talking about average day common Joes, Euless, Texas, Dallas, Texas, Austin, Texas, Houston, Texas, Bastrop, Louisiana, Monroe, Louisiana, Ruston, Rayville. Those niggas can go outside, go to the local corner store, sit at home, get in somebody's DM, go over there in the next hour, take a shower, go over there in the next hour, screw her brains out for free.
Let me get these numbers, because I don't want nobody to think
I mean, he's going to get the numbers on the industry. Go ahead and do the numbers on there. I didn't debate you on the industry. You're correct on the industry.
Yeah, so
Go ahead. You're correct on the industry. Show the numbers. We didn't say. I say the value of the pussy is not the same because women are screwing for less than what they did 20 and 15 years ago.
Yeah, here you go. This bad Barbie. Bad Barbie made 52 million on OnlyFans.
One bit.
Now, the sex industry itself, you dealing with the sex industry itself, it's 35 billion.
Right. I'm talking about
35.1 billion.
Okay, do the statistics on prostitution.
But that's included.
I
That's
know. I don't want to include it. When I
That's-
speak, I'm breaking it down.
But
They doing it as a whole.
But that's
I'm breaking it
prostitution.
down.
But that's
Do the
prostitution.
statistics on
But
how
that's
much
prostitution. You going into the DM, you talking to her, you tapping your game. Hey, could you bring me a blunt? Could you do this? It's a
No.
bartering system.
Some of them screwing
So
for
it's the
free
same.
because I
It's the
look
same.
good, because I'm
You-
fine, because I'm popular. Some of them screwing for free.
Right. But it's some
They
type of
hadn't
bartering
had sex
system.
in so long. They not getting
It's some type-
orgasms.
it's some type
So
of
they
bartering
trying
system.
whoever they can to get that orgasm.
Yeah.
They not paying. You don't have to pay for it, man.
Right.
These days they not paying. These niggas,
Man,
all them
all right.
babies that these guys be getting, you think
All
they
right.
paying for that out from these ghetto ass girls that getting them babies by? You thinking
All
they
right.
really going over there paying $300-$400 just to lay down with her and they make a baby? No,
All right.
they throwing that joker for free.
All right. Well,
It's
you
not
got
what it
something?
used to
Hey.
be.
Hey man, the numbers don't lie, bro.
The numbers don't lie. But what you said, they doing the numbers as a whole. That's what you don't understand. Break that shit down and see what prostitution
Yeah.
make.
Yeah.
See what
But that's the
prostitution
same
make.
thing. It's the same thing. It's
So
the gamut of
prostitution is making
prostitution, buying toys,
8.9
you
billion.
typing in a DM, you doing this, you doing that. That's included in that. It's power.
That's
The
included.
thing-
Separated, my nigga.
the
You ain't that
thing
dumb. Separated.
The
It's
thing
separated.
you saying is the power in it. It's the power in it.
It's all combined. He don't get what I'm saying. He act like he illiterate or some shit. Break the
it
shit
ain't-
down.
No. I'm not acting illiterate. You talking about the power because you so bent on being right, and I'm telling you, it's power in it, bro.
And you
It's
so bent
power
on being
in
right.
sex. It's
Dude.
power in it. The numbers.
How many times on this podcast don't I say that it's a sex society? It's power in sex,
But
but
just said
you
it
don't
wasn't.
have to pay for the cat like our
Yes, you did.
granddads and all them did back in the gap. It's easier to get now.
The numbers say
A
different.
fool will tell Stevie Wonder tell you that shit.
The numbers say
You know
different.
what? He's
The
on
numbers say
those
different.
numbers. Your
Yeah,
numbers
you
are
just-
based.
no,
They're
you just-
based
it
on
has a
a
whole-
certain
These are
type
not
of
my numbers.
person.
These are not my numbers.
I don't care
These
whose
what
numbers they are. They're
statistics is.
based on
That's what
certain
it is.
people at
Those
certain
ain't based
levels.
on. That ain't based
They're
on certain
based
people
on certain
certain
people
levels.
at certain
That's
levels.
Yeah,
But
every day.
that's an overall
That ain't no.
thing.
that-
Okay.
But I'm
Okay.
telling you, it's power in it, bro.
It's power in it, but I say it's not as powerful as it used to be, man. Go
Bro,
back and pull it up. Okay, pull those numbers up from 1990 and compare the numbers. I bet you it's a decline. And if it's not, it's because they buying more sex toys now because it's a shortage of men. See, you can't. Okay, it's like, let's just say the overall music industry, pop, rock, country, R&B, hip hop. Let's just say the whole music industry make $20 billion.
So see,
I'm
and
telling
the
you-
global sex trade is 180 billion in prostitution. Globally, it's 180 billion. In the 90s, it was like 14 billion. Now it done doubled that. It done doubled that, bro.
What I'm trying to
You know what
tell
I'm
you,
saying? I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying there's power in it. It's
right?
money.
It's power,
in it.
but on the common level, you working at the airport, people working at Walmart, people working at the mall. Sex is not. It's easy to get sex. Just like when you was on your
understand that.
job,
That's
when
why.
you was on time out, you at the airport right now. You know people right now that's screwing for little or nothing. That man ain't paying them nothing. He just laying pipe and he getting money from the woman. I know this because you told me this.
Okay.
So we ain't talking about the overall sex industry. I'm saying that there's one woman that's on Facebook or on social media saying that her wet is so good that she can make any man do anything she want to do. There's so many other wets out there that's easier to get, that's younger than you, with less miles than you, less children than you. And you up here with 3 and 4 and 5 kids, hollering about you can keep somebody because you got that wet. Men it ain't about that wet
All right,
no
man.
more. You got to bring more to the table.
You win, bro. You win.
You have
All
to
right.
bring more to the table.
All right,
No, you right
win.
when it
You
comes to
win.
the industry and
No,
your
you
numbers.
win. You win, bro.
You right when it comes to the industry
You win,
and
bro.
your numbers.
You win.
But the average layman ain't finna pay a whole lot of money for no cat when he can get it up the road.
I'm telling you, it's power in it that they are still paying for it, and is even more today based on the number of women. The odds, you got 11 women to 1 man. So men, the numbers have doubled since the 90s.
Right.
Sexually.
And with that number being that
So
he can
it's
get more
power
women.
in sex. It's power in sex that people are willing to pay for it. That's the point I was making.
Right. And
That's
I said
the numbers
you was right.
I was saying.
I said you was right. But I just wanted you to see my point that people like me.
But I wasn't disagreeing. I didn't disagree with you. I wasn't disagreeing with you. You saying it ain't, it's easy to get. We understand that, but people are still paying for it. That's the point I was trying to say.
Of course they're gonna pay for it because you got lanes. You got lanes and men with money that's afraid that ain't got no game to get it free.
No,
so of course they're gonna pay for it. And guess what? They're gonna pay top dollar for it. Which is why it's probably so high.
I'd have met a girl that's in that type of game. It ain't always that they lame and this, that, and the third. They into certain things, into S&M, they into different things that their wife ain't into. So they go to her to get that off. That's what they do. They get their fantasies fulfilled doing that. It ain't necessarily he lame. The man, he's a millionaire, so he making money. He really don't care. He can get his women are disposable to him. So women disposable to him, he want to go off and venture and do other things. So based on what she was telling me, because she's in it, these men come to her to get down with the S&M because that's what she into. So they pay her. They do what they do. Whatever they got going on, that's what they do. Because they say they want to fulfill those fantasies.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Right. And guess
ain't
what?
Necessarily they lame or anything. It's just
but they ain't got to be lame. But guess what? S&M is more. It's a different act than just regular pussy. Right? Right
that's
or wrong?
What they do. But yeah,
no.
That's what they do.
Right or wrong? Wait, no.
Yeah. I agree with you. Yeah.
Is getting cat, having normal sex with a woman, the same as S&M?
Yeah, because it's because it's dealing with pain and whipping and torture. And
right. So
like
it's not the same as just having sex, right?
Right. But that's what they do. That's what people
do.
No,
I know that. The point I'm making is he's paying for S&M, not pussy.
No, he's paying for that as well.
But I'm saying, you said that she said a lot of them, they wife, they can get pussy from their wife. But the wife's not into S&M. Right. So he goes to this person and pay top dollar for S&M. He gets sex out of it, but the main thing is S&M because he can get sex from his wife or whatever. So that's all falls back into the sex industry. The S&M is part of the industry. So he's not really paying for just to get some pussy, like, boom. He's doing the S&M part.
Yeah, but you said that, that men that pay for it, they lame, and they paying for it because they lame, they got money.
No. I just use that as, but erase the lame part.
Okay.
A lot of, but men that's lame, that's afraid to talk to women, do pay for cat, right or wrong?
Yeah, they do.
I rest my case. Yeah, I didn't say the whole world is lame. A lot of people that's afraid, don't have their words ready, don't know how to say nothing to woman. They just say, hey, I got money. And then if that broke bitch to take their money, fuck them, get them off in 15, 30 minutes, and she'd have made her $600.
Right.
When you got a Joe that's in that Cookie and Chad who just gonna say, hey, bitch, come give me some head.
Right.
Okay. So so that's how that go. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, the industry is a sex society. So yeah, the industry gonna make billions of dollars. But I'm just saying when it just comes to regular up and down sex from somebody in Euless, Dallas, Atlanta,
Oh shit,
it ain't you don't have to pay.
They got strip clubs everywhere around here though.
Right. And you don't have to pay top. Even the strip clubs is not as high. Yeah. Don't charge a lot for a lap dance. You might get a lap dance for $20, $30 now. Back in the Gap, a lap dance was costing you $60 to $80 just for a woman to come on you and rub on you. You ever put a butt on you for maybe 5-6 minutes? You done paid $80.
Right.
Now, them lap dance $25 because they know sex. The man can go and get somebody just as fine, look just as good as her at the damn serving drinks at the bar without doing that. He can take her home. So that's what I'm saying. The power of the pussy by itself has lost its power because women start screwing for less. Women start just giving it up because they hooked on sex. They're addicted to sex. So a lot of the younger generation go through the timeline. Go through my page. I'll give you my password. Scroll through my thing. Oh, I'm horny tonight. I just want somebody thing in my mouth. Ooh, I wish somebody could rub my booty right now. That's what they saying. Then that guy get in that DM, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I wouldn't mind rubbing your booty tonight. Boy, what time you coming over? It is what it is. It ain't hard to get no more. The regular, we ain't talking about the S&Ms, we ain't talking about the OnlyFans, we ain't talking about none of that. I'm just talking about me walking outside, meeting a woman at the corner store, meeting a woman at the grocery, woman at Kroger. You know what I'm saying? It's not as hard. You don't have to work as hard to get it as they did 10, 15, 20 years ago.
Right.
It's out there now.
Right.
Scroll through the timeline. These women horny. They want to get freaky, and they can't find no man that's giving them orgasm. So it's not as hard to get sex as it was 10 and 15 years ago. It's just not. I understand the sex industry, yeah, because women buying them toys now. We done brought up Rose. We got somebody who gonna watch this thing tomorrow or Saturday. That's gonna go say, they keep talking about a rose. Let me go see what a rose is. She's gonna go to the sex store. She's gonna go and tell her partners about it, and boom, there go the industry blowing up. Everybody talking about the rose. It was the rabbit. The sale of the rabbit went up because everybody started buying it. So yeah, the sex industry is hell because people love sex and it's fulfilling. So yeah, I didn't knock you on the sex industry. But as far as just walking outside and a woman saying she can keep a man because she got good sex, that ain't gonna good sex ain't keeping no man these days.
No, it's not.
Just like you said, he got a woman at home, but he going to go get S&M. Yeah. So she got to bring more to the table. Like Austin said, she got to stimulate him mentally. So just cause she got that wet or good sex, that WAP, that don't mean that he gonna stay with her for good sex. Because sex is everywhere. It's abundant now. It's not a rare commodity anymore. Everybody's giving it up. Everybody wants it. The women wants it more than men. So the sex industry gonna forever be big because sex been selling since it's been out.
And that was the point I was making with the numbers.
Yeah, I understood that. And that's why
we were talking about where are you getting the numbers from. So I got a site where I got the numbers from because I'm not gonna get on here and just say something just out the side of my mouth if I don't have no data, no facts that's backed up. It was being said. So that what was saying.
And that's why I said
I was making.
That's why I said I didn't disagree with you on those numbers. Right. I didn't disagree with you with those numbers. I was just saying that the one pussy, the one sex is not as expensive as it used to be back in the Gap.
Right.
Sex itself, just plain old pounding sex, going to Pound Town, is not as expensive as I know OGs used to pay top dollar to get that. And then OGs he'd say, man, I gave her 200 the first time, and this was in the 90s. I gave her 200 the first time, and then after that, I took her to Hooters and got her something to eat. And I gave her $50 and I got some. And now I get it for $20 or $30, man. Every time I get it, I just throw up $30. So it ain't like it used to be back in the Gap when you was in Milwaukee and you say your mama, y'all was riding around and you seen them prostitutes on the street. Them men was paying them women.
Yeah,
them men was paying them women. They wasn't laying down for under $500 back then.
Right.
And now you can get it. You lay down, you just buy them something. You know what I'm saying? But they kids need an outfit for school for a play. You buy that outfit, take her out to eat, and you screwing. So you just spend about $60 and you getting some cat. So it ain't like it used to be back in the day. People are more desperate now. Them single mothers, they need their rent paid, they need their electric paid, and any little bit you can give me can help. Well, all I got is $40. Okay, come on. I was watching The Oval. I think it was The Oval on BET.
Mm-hmm.
And they had that girl that Tay Diggs messing with now, April. She told him the president pulled up and said he wanted to be with her. You know, he wants some sex. She said, well, if you want some sex, she said it's gonna be, I think she said $40 for some head and $100 or something, $80 if they go all the way.
Mm-hmm.
And that was on TV. She said $40 for some head and $80 if they go all the way. He pulled out a stack of hundreds and say, well, I think I can manage that. Right. So back in the day, you want some of this, the lowest you coming with 200, 500, and them men was paying it for nothing. Right. They don't have to do that now. Go, like I said, that's on The Oval. That's on BET right now. The April, she said $40 for some head, and it's gonna be 80 or something like that if we go all the way. Yeah. And he said, "Oh, I think I can manage that." And he put out a whole bunch of hundreds. She got in the car with him. Right. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, they getting what they can get now because it's hard out here now, man. Back in the day, they was prostituting, but the economy wasn't as fucked up. The prices wasn't as high as they are now. So she was able to charge that $500, and the men had, because the economy was booming. Now them women got to drop them prices to get what they can get. Oh, my light bill due. They about to cut my lights off. I need $150. Do you know somebody who I can get some sex for $150? Well, shit, he ain't got 150. Well, if he got 70, I'll take 75. Shit, I'm just trying to get this money. So she lay down for 15 minutes, get you off for 15 minutes, and then when you gone, she wash up, and then she go screw somebody else. She gonna get that money. She gonna get that money. So that price, that price ain't high like it used to be. So the sex ain't all it used to be. I'm telling you from experience what I know. The sex, regular sex, but S&M, the Rose, the Rabbits, the sex oils, the sex swings, the sex dolls, the pole, the stripper pole.
I never want to get in no position like that to where that ever be thrown in my face that I paid somebody to lay. I never want to be in that position where I had to pay for something. Pay for a woman. Hell,
you gotta do what you gotta do.
Nah, I wouldn't do that.
Hey, he say,
I never do that.
Then you gotta understand that sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
Shit, I never do that. It's something I ain't gonna do. I ain't gonna never put myself in that position where I have to pay a woman. Nah, that ain't happening at all. Not at all.
Janet Jackson.
Nope.
What's the little workout lady? She want $200. Nope. What's her name?
Nope.
She want $200.
No.
Okay. Because you stand for something. It's your morals.
Yeah, I stand for something. It's more morality.
Right.
Well, more morality than anything. So no.
But yeah, we about to land this ship. But that like I said, that was we got off track with that. That was a good one. But sex cannot keep a man. That's number one that I want to say in my closing arguments. Sex is good sex. That wet, that wild. Ladies, y'all gotta come with a little bit more than that. Cause we ain't get that on any corner. A pretty bitch, hips and ass, get that on any corner. So that ain't gonna keep them. So you gotta come with more than that. Get your intellect and get in your bag. And as far as men moving in with women, don't do it. If you have to get on your feet, make sure you got plan B to get out of there. Get out of there to get your own. Because any little mistake you make, she's gonna remind you that it's hers.
You her
And
child.
she gonna put you out if
You
she
her
hear
child.
that you messed around and now you put out. And I know guys who left their hometowns and moved in with women in other states and had to thumb back to get to Louisiana. So never, ever, ever, if you can help it, move in with a woman unless you got funds to get your own place if she say get out.
Right.
And but to save all that, just don't do it unless y'all seriously got a plan. You saving for marriage, and then anything you get, if it's a car and y'all together, make sure your name on there as the co-signer. Cause she gonna say that's my car. You could have been the one to put the down payment on it. You the one that's paying all the monthly notes. But at the end of the day, that's not your car. Like Phantom preaches so much. At the end of the day, it's not your car. So if you with a woman, y'all dating, y'all living together, y'all courting in hopes of moving together and building, whatever she get, put your name on there somewhere. Get out of her house, get you an apartment, get you a house or something with your name on that lease too. If she buy a car, put your name on there as the co-signer. Just tell her you just gonna do the co-signer to help build your credit. But that way your name on that car. So when she say this is my car, you say, hell, it's mine too, got my name on it too. So that's the advice I give to the men. Women love ownership. Put your name on whatever she on if y'all together. Your name got to be on something with her. And if you don't put your name on it, make sure you got your own. If you don't put your name on her car, have your own car. But if you living in her house, get out of her house and y'all get something together where your name is on it too. So I don't suggest that any man move in with a woman, especially if you 25 plus, 30 plus. Don't do that unless you have plans of moving out, building, and getting your own. But living with a woman in these days and times, 2022, 2023, so forth, women can't wait to put a man out. And if you're a real man, you shouldn't feel comfortable living up under a woman where you really don't have no control. She may give you control, but she can snatch that at any moment. This is my house. You can't tell me who to bring in my house. I don't want your best friend Jim coming in my house. So get your own shit. And I preach that to all the guys that I ever mentored. I say, get your own. I tell them every man should have their own. Do not stop living off these women. Because these days, with all that's going on, Snapchat, video calls, all that, social media, DMs, you can get put out at any given day. So get your own. And your closing remarks, Phantom, on the men moving in with the women?
I just think, everybody had their own situation. I just pray to Almighty God Allah that I don't have to be in a position where I have to move in with a woman. Because I just seen that done too many times. A lot of times, sometimes it worked out, but more times it didn't work out. And I see how men was treated. I didn't see men abused. Staying with a woman and she reminded him. I watched that growing up, men moving in with my aunts and they're abusing these men and letting them know that this is my house. So I pray that I don't have to ever move in with a woman. I don't know what life will bring, but I pray that I don't have to ever move in with a woman, regardless if I got my name on the car, we co-signing, that don't mean anything to me. If I don't have my own, it's hers. and I'm vulnerable to it. So, you know, anything that she got going, I'm vulnerable to it, and I don't want that to happen. The only woman I stayed with was my mother, and I pray that, you know, if I move in, I'm gonna have control of that house, or we gonna get something together. But you know, I advise, you know, men, you're gonna do what you want to do, but hey, you know, if you want to keep your masculinity, you don't want to be emasculated, because a lot of our women, they emasculate you. If you don't want to do that, man, get your own and make, because every man that I've known in my life, they had their own and they led their house. So all the men that I know, from you to Collins to Cassius, brother Cassius, every man I knew that I know leaves their house. I never seen them, you know, move in with no woman. If they did, it was a situation where they getting on their feet. If you speak, you getting on your feet. Jig got his own. Tony Robinson, aka Jig, he got his own play. He leading his household. So it's those the only men I know, and that's what I'm used to. So with that, you know, that's what I'm on.
That's real.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it. We just spoke on it. That concludes an episode. Our second one in 2023. We got more to come. There's a couple of special guests that want to tune in that'll probably be on here next week. So stay tuned for that. They're waiting on the topic. So with that being said, we're out. We spoke on it. We gone.
Peace.